Subaru is not a crybaby, nor is he a bad main character. You simply don't want so much realism in your fictional stories. Before I explain why it's so ridiculous, I'm just going to preface this. It's completely fine if you don't like Subaru or ReZero. This video is addressing the people who think they are both objectively bad just because they don't personally like them. I'm going to start with one of the first takes I've heard on the matter, which goes something like, "It's bad writing for Subaru to cry or be so affected by the death of his friends when he knows that he could just turn back time." Now, this take is at least somewhat grounded in logic, so I'm not super angry or anything, but it's really just a one-dimensional thought process that forgets a lot of context and nuance. The biggest flaw with that critique is definitely the fact that it blatantly forgets how complex time travel actually is. To help you understand, I will ask you this. What thoughts do you think would be going through your head if you watched your loved ones die horrifically, but knew that you could go back in time to make sure it doesn't happen? I'm sure the first thing you thought was, well, obviously, I'm just going to go back and fix it. No problem. But you are forgetting something. What are the consequences for going back in time? Do you fracture the timeline and create a new one where your family didn't die? In which case, what about your loved ones from the original timeline? You still failed to protect them. But theoretically, what if Satella destroys the universe that you died in? That means not only did your loved ones die, but an entire reality died because you failed. These would be completely nauseating thoughts if you were in his position. Unless, of course, you think it's super cool to not have feelings or whatever. But this, I believe, highlights your problem. You either forget or blatantly ignore crucial context, which actually leads into my next point. You don't seem to understand what Subaru is and what he is supposed to be. At the very start of the series, Subaru is nothing but a regular 17-year-old boy who is already suffering from depression and an intense feeling of meaninglessness. You wouldn't actually expect an immature kid who's already in an unstable mindset to fare that well after being ripped away from his world and cursed with an ability to die over and over again in a world that seems to do everything in its power to make him suffer. Would you? This was the main point of Season 1. He had his hopes raised. He would finally find some meaning now that he is in a different world, just like all of those other isekai he read in his world. Except it isn't like the other stories. He wasn't granted any super strength, no intelligence